good to go. What is going on, guys? Welcome to the M3 podcast. How y'all doing today? I am Jayden and I'm with Davis once again, and
Hey,
we are having a podcast where we are going to talk to you guys in a podcast format because
oh
we have
my
a
God, are you
podcast.
broken
Did
today?
no, that was
Like, what is?
that was intentional. That was intentional. That was all intentional. So, anyways, welcome back. We're gonna be talking about video games and stuff like that, but we're also gonna be talking about our top three worst movies that we have recently seen. And by recently seen, we mean 2018 to 2019 because those are the only movies
Yeah.
that exist. So, let's get right into the news, shall we? So, we're gonna
Pop,
talk
pop, 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 the
news.
news.
So, welcome to the gaming corner where the tagline is yeah, get fucked. Anyways, so let's talk about Donald Trump and his quote on video games and how it's actually affected the American population. So, Donald Trump came out saying,
Because I'm Donald Trump and I think video games make people violent.
which isn't true in any
Clearly.
sort of the imagination. So, that begs the question, what the fuck? How are people this dumb?
Yeah.
So, anyways, what's recently happened in Walmart is Walmart has taken down not only all the video game advertisements for any violent video games whatsoever, they've also taken down all the video games that are violent. So any game, I don't know what it goes above, so I'm pretty sure all the M-rated games, but probably some of the teen-related games as well, like the rated
Yeah.
games, they're all taken down. They're in the back of the store, so it's not like they're not selling them. They're just not having them on the shelves, which honestly
It's
causes.
it's like what convenience stores do with like cigarettes. They have to be behind, like you can't see them, but if you know what brand you want, you can still go get it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not advertising
Yeah.
smoking to someone. So
Yeah.
Walmart, what the fuck? Did your balls just drop off? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you should be smart enough that you should be like, oh, instead of locking the video games away, like Donald Trump says, we should be intelligent and lock the thing that people use to shoot other people, which are the guns,
Exactly.
which can still be bought. Why
Yeah.
is that a thing,
Like,
Davis? Explain
Go
to me
in,
this.
go in, and because hunting, that's their like reason is hunting. You can
Hunting.
buy, yeah, exactly. So you haven't been able to buy guns in like Walmart or Zellers or anything like that in Canada for years, to my knowledge. You might still be able to in some places, but it's mostly in the States, and like that's what I would assume is that their like reason behind it is hunting and like yeah, exactly. I saw a picture of this the other day online. It was like, no, you can't advertise. Oh no, it was a picture. It was great for back to school. It was their banner.
Oh
And
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then it had the rifles in the case. It was like,
Oh
oh, why are
my
you so
god.
stupid?
I don't know if that's real. I don't know if they're that dumb, but
Yeah, it was
like
probably forced perspective, but still.
forced perspective or Photoshop or something like that. But whoever took that picture, good
Yeah,
job. You did
bravo.
it. You capitalized America's stupidity in one picture, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So this doesn't make any sense. Why are you locking away the video game? Like, and I had a conversation about this at a guy with work. I said, like, look at how stupid this is. He's like, that kind of makes sense. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's just like, and he explained it's like it goes through a bunch of different channels. It's not just the guns that are the problem. It's the video games, and like everything else, because it also could be mental health that's going unchecked, like negativity, and not only in the home but in schools and other places, like the well-being of other people. Like it's a bunch of different factors and
It's a
stuff like
bunch of
that.
factors, which is true, but
But like, you take away the guns, you take away all the power, basically.
yeah, like people with mental will find a way. Like you can kill someone with your own bare hands,
Hmm.
but that's like one person, not 30, 40, 50 people in like a second.
Yeah, and it's like
That's the issue
that's
to
the
to
thing.
me. Like, because people are gonna be mentally ill, they're gonna be violent, no matter what. Like with that many people living in the United States, and it's gonna happen regardless. But
Hmm.
what has to happen is stop selling the shit that's killing multiple people in seconds compared to a
Hmm.
knife that kills like a person or maybe two,
Exactly.
right?
get rid of literally the problem. Get rid of what's actually allowing these shooters and stuff to be shooters.
Exactly.
Taking away their video games, honestly, it probably would make more people angry.
Yeah.
Because, let's face it, now it's like, oh, we can't buy the video games and stuff like that. Ah, this is bullshit. Now they're taking away our rights, for this and that and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. But
Exactly.
there's like a little bit of a silver lining out of this that GameStop won't go out of business. But that's a
Yeah.
silver lining for GameStop. That's not a silver lining for anyone else, because GameStop
Yeah.
is a fucking scam, basically. Like, you could be like, hey, I bought this Nintendo Switch brand new from you guys a day ago. I didn't open it. I just was like, I just don't feel like opening it. It's still sealed. Can I have it back? And they'll be like, I can pay you $32. Oh, and 68 cents. Like
Yeah,
that's how dumb it is. It's like that's how GameStop operates. So
Mhm.
the only time I would ever go to GameStop is for exclusives or to just look at the games and then be like, cool, I found a game that looks cool. Let's see if it's on Amazon. Let's see if it's on
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
Like,
EB Games or something.
yeah, EB Games and
Yeah.
GameStop are basically the same thing.
I guess.
Yeah, I'll go to Best Buy or Walmart in Canada, mind you, not in America, in Canada before I go
Is
do
this
that shit.
is this happening in Canada too? The advertising for games and all that,
I don't
or is that
believe
just
so.
in the U.S.?
I believe it's
It's
just the U.S. because we are not that dumb.
Canada, because
Canada.
Canadians aren't, for the comparison to the Americans, we're not as fucking stupid.
Nope, we are not. So anyways, that's our rant about that. Let's move on to the next topic. So as we talked about on the last episode, Ninja decided to leave Twitch. That was a huge, huge thing that
Yeah.
went on. And it was really skeptical because I was like, maybe I should move over to Mixer as well because, if Ninja's moving there, a lot of other people are going to move there. Out of the 14 million followers, he got 1 million back in like 5 days, something like that, which is
Yeah.
pretty good, but it's still like a lot of people are left on Twitch. And Twitch has been doing a lot of sketchy shit. They haven't been banning female streamers, who have been breaking rule after rule after rule and stuff like that. They ban males who, like, there was one kid, he apparently got beat up and stuff on live stream, and he said the N-word in a non-racial way,
Mm-hmm.
and he got banned instantly. And like we talked about the kid who showed the the offensive skin,
Yeah.
in Minecraft, he got banned
Yeah.
for however long.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, these females, there's a female who threw a cat off of her lap while playing Apex, and who gave the cat alcohol, a different cat alcohol at a different time. Same girl, hasn't been banned at all. She just keeps dodging it. So there's some sketchy shit going on, but we already talked about that. Here's the new shit, and this involves Ninja. So Ninja's channel is now gone. Well, it's not gone, but it's been abandoned basically.
Okay.
They moved
Okay.
over to Mixer. This dead channel is now promoting was promoting other different streams. So other streamers, if you went to Ninja's profile, you would see their streams instead of Ninja's old VODs, which are old videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was that, but it gets better. Here's the thing.
Okay.
One stream was porn. It was just straight up showing porn on Twitch. And Twitch promoted it. Twitch was the channel that promoted it. So here's the thing. I can understand if it's like auto mod, but still, how are you letting a porn channel slip through your cracks?
It's yeah.
Like, you have moderators for a reason. People are reporting it for a reason.
Yeah. Exactly.
Even people that are like, oh yeah, let me click on this to see this, or they accidentally click on it and they see a porn thing, they'll usually just go report and boom. Or
Yeah,
they'll take a picture of it.
Yeah. On Twitch, exactly. If you want to go look at porn, you go look at porn. You don't need to go. If you're going to Twitch, you're going to watch someone game,
Mhm.
not. So and exactly, and there's kids watching it and stuff like that. So
Doesn't make
it's
any
kind of weird
sense.
to have. Yeah.
So,
That's-
Ninja had to come up with a statement saying, I apologize for this. If to anyone who saw it, who went to my channel, check me out on Mixer, stuff like that. Pretty nice of him, considering it was not his fault at all. But he did call out Twitch management and say, like, no other channels are being selected. Like, other streamers who have migrated to different platforms, all of their VODs are still there. All of their videos are still there. Their channel remains basically the same. It's only Ninja's channel that's being advertised on because Ninja was the biggest guy.
Yeah.
but that just seems ridiculous to me, and
That's
it seems really stupid. And it literally caught on so much that Twitter, there is a hashtag Twitch is over party,
oh really?
and now it's being used every time something Twitch does something shady. At this point in time, Twitch has basically said, "Yes, we are sorry." The CEO of Twitch came out and apologized and said we apologize for this. It shouldn't have happened. We will be better, and that kind of gives me hope. But also, like, they haven't done too well in the past before, and they aren't currently doing well now because Alinity still isn't banned. Like, there is no justice for her. Apparently, she's just got a really good PR team, and I just don't fucking know anymore.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's just how things always go. One thing will get fucked up, and it will keep on going. It's literally just one person will do something shitty. Screw you, you're done. And a person does something almost as shitty or just as bad or worse, and they're like perfectly fine. It doesn't matter what company it is.
Yep.
It happens on YouTube. It happens on Facebook. Things like that. It's never gonna friggin'. But like one person, it will be hype and people will be pissed about it for a while, and then
It'll
whatever,
go away.
people will continue. Exactly, people will still continue streaming on Twitch all the time.
Yep, I'm still
It's not-
streaming on Twitch, hashtag twitch.tv/jtonitis, and I'm doing fine. I'm doing
Yeah, you're actually
okay.
gaining followers.
I'm gaining a lot of followers. I gained 2
Yeah.
last night, so
That's good.
check me out on Twitch. I've been streaming some Black Ops 4, leveling up, getting on that grind, you know. Probably going to play some with Davis at some point. Stream
Eventually.
that a little bit. Yeah, eventually. But yeah, that's basically all we have to say about this topic because it's really, really dumb. It's really shady. Like, there's just so much going on with Twitch, but like it's kind of like YouTube in a sense,
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, what's going on, RJ? It's basically like everyone hates it, but they're gonna keep going to it because it's the most popular and nothing is better than it.
Well, yeah, exactly. Nothing's gonna beat YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world after Google,
Yep.
and Google owns YouTube. So like, and then Twitch is basically just underneath that for like streaming content. Like,
Yeah,
if you're watching something online, you're watching it either on YouTube or on Twitch, unless it's porn.
Or unless it's like some exclusive content like Red versus Blue or
Yeah,
other shows like
exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Like even us, we stream on Twitch and YouTube. Would we prefer going to somewhere not like not like YouTube where
like
all of this
Vimeo or something.
shit, Vimeo? Yes, but would we reach as big of an audience? No, probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
they suck. We need someone
Yeah.
to like take over CEO, but that's never gonna happen probably.
it is weird that other channels are going to Ninja's page and uploading on his like
They're
page.
they're not uploading on his page. They're just being promoted. So they're like,
Okay.
if it says like, "Hey, I'm live," then people can click on it and go to that
Mm.
page, stuff like that.
So you could still go to like Ninja's page on Twitch and watch it like it, as if it was a YouTube video, basically, right?
No.
Like like you can't do that.
No, they took down all of his content basically.
Oh.
They reinstated it now. So
What the fuck?
they
Okay.
reinstated it. So now it's fine. But like the fact that they did that in the first place is just
Oh, and yeah, that's kind of weird. So basically, he's not making. So people watching videos on his channel, he wouldn't be making any of the money because there's no videos there.
Nope.
That's fucking weird. What
It's
the
so-
hell? And like you said, it's just him. It's not other streamers that have moved over, haven't done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's basically stealing money from him because he made the content for that channel, for his channel.
Yeah.
And even though he's not live streaming on Twitch anymore, his videos should still be there.
Exactly.
Like that's bullshit
Really bullshit. So
as a content creator.
yeah, Twitch is good, guys. Twitch is fine. They're not
Yeah.
the greatest, but they're fine. Like
Yeah, because like you're not gonna watch like live stream. Well, you could, but it's just like live streaming. What you used to do was live stream on YouTube, but now they created a whole thing specifically Twitch specifically for that, right?
and
So it's not gonna drop just from one controversy. I
Yeah.
guess like little controversies like this, like you said, the girl tossing the cat and stuff like that. It's gonna keep going, which is like good for the company, but like they do need to stop having these little pop-ups like
Yeah.
that in the past like month or two. You know?
Exactly. And the thing is, I feel like Mixer is on this like pedestal of, oh, Mixer is the best. They have Ninja. It's like, Yeah, that's kind of all they have. They have such a low frequency of traffic compared to Twitch, and the only reason that they are being known as better than Twitch is because they're not getting into this controversy shit.
Mm.
Get rid of the controversy shit. Guess who's better? Twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
As
You'll have
soon
more people.
as soon as all the viewership goes to Mixer, then Mixer's better.
Yeah,
And then Twitch is
'cause
gonna have to be like, wow, we really fucked up. We need to like change some stuff. So let's change our ways. But
yeah, but I guess Mixer, that's a good way of doing it. Like, so that Twitch isn't just a monopoly over it. Like, Mixer's starting to come up, basically. Like,
yeah,
you said Ninja, he had 1 million followers on Mixer and 14 on on Twitch, and like, but how many people like is Twitch gonna get like lose that much people? No, like that's not gonna happen.
no,
Just like, but it's good that there's something to so it doesn't create a major monopoly
yeah,
over like with one company. So
yeah, exactly.
gets another company to start building content for, you know,
Yeah,
that's a good
exactly.
way of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. So you know what? That's kind of all we gotta say about this topic. Or we've already spent like 10 minutes on this topic. So let's move on to the next one. Let's move into all of the good stuff. There's been a lot of good stuff last
We
week.
got some positive
Get some positive. So this was pretty
smile
nice.
emoji.
Yeah, smile emoji. So you know Rocket League, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So check out this title. Rocket League is removing randomized crates.
Oh,
So the way it used to work is you would get a crate and you'd have to spend money to get a key to open a crate to get certain cosmetics.
okay.
People spent money on this, but of course it's
So
not a good system, especially in a game that's like focused around cars. It's not really focused around violence. So it's like Hot Wheels basically. So main audience probably a bunch of kids, right?
yeah,
So
loot boxes.
loot boxes exactly. So
Yeah,
yeah, they decided to remove that feature. I like
good.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, what? This is bullshit. It's like, in precision, we will remove all paid randomized rocket crates from League, replacing them with a system that shows the exact items you're buying in advance.
Oh, that's good. That
So
way, if you want a certain skin or whatever, you know which one you're getting, not just buying random ass shit.
yep, yeah. So what they just said though is they just basically said we took out the element of chance. You can buy what you want, which is fine for I guess, but you still have microtransactions in the game. So it's like when I first read it, I was like, holy pedestal! Everyone play Rocket League. There's no microtransactions. Just go, just go, just go. And then I look at it now. It's like Rocket League's like still a good game. It's just gotten a little bump. It's not something to like hugely celebrate until like this like starts making shockwaves and it's like cool. Call of Duty, no more microtransactions. Halo, no more microtransactions. Hearthstone, no microtransactions.
You know
Like,
what? That's never gonna happen. Like,
nope.
especially when it comes to like skin. Like, and the only thing that would piss me off is if it's to when it's you buy this. Oh, I'm gonna use Call of Duty for example. If you
Yeah.
when you buy a certain gun and it's just like so much better than any gun that you can get in the game, that just by playing the game regularly.
Yep.
Like that's what pisses me off. Or like if it is achievable to get the gun just by playing regularly, but it's just more difficult,
Mhm.
that's fine to me.
Mhm.
But I hate it when it's just something that's specific. If you pay for it, you can get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the Star Wars Battlefront 2 model or the Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 model where if you paid an extra $40-$50, you got Han Solo's blaster, which was the most broken gun in the game, where it was a pistol with a fast fire rate and tons of damage, so you could just go do 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 and shoot a guy, do 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 shoot the
yeah.
next guy, and it was like you were basically playing Han Solo as a rebel trooper. Like that's how nuts this thing was, and it's like, or you could play the game and get to like level 40 or whatever the hell it was,
Yeah.
and get it afterwards. Or the Star Wars Battlefront 2 model that was you can unlock everything, but it would take like 4,000 hours, or it would take $4,000. What's your choice? Like, or no,
That-
it was less. It was more than that. It was like it was way more than that. I can't even remember the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. When they make it that extreme, they obviously try to push towards you spending the money, but I'm just not enough of a gamer to really care about the specialty guns or skins or abilities or whatever it may be for that whatever particular game it may be. So
Hmm.
I would normally just myself, I normally just play the game and play with whatever comes, and then maybe unlock it if I get to it.
Yep.
But I'm never one to put the money into buying the better gun. What pisses me off is when it's like to basically play the game, you have to spend extra money. That's what's fucking annoying.
Yep. That's the stupid part.
Yeah. So
Well.
like when it comes to like what you're saying with Rocket League there,
Hmm.
and if you were saying what it's basically just like a skin for your gut for your car or whatever, like making it look.
It's decals, it's tires, and none of them really give a difference other than the body shape. But
Hmm.
body shapes really don't come out so super often. You like they're all given to you basically. So it's yeah, it's just it's like stickers for your car, flags for your car,
Yeah.
hats like
It's okay. So it's the same idea as buying a skin for your character.
in Call of Duty or
Yeah.
Halo or
Or
anything
whatever.
else.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I again, I've said this before in the previous podcast. I find it pointless. I don't see the advantage of it. If it's something to help play the game, maybe I would do it.
Hmm.
But yeah. But that's still cool that at least it's not totally random. Like
Hmm.
so if there's a certain one, like I remember uh my buddy plays Rocket League and he wanted to get the um there was a specialty pack for Jurassic World, so it was the Jurassic Park Jeep that you could get.
Yep.
And so but I don't remember how you had to get it. So because like I don't play it, but he plays it, so he showed me this. And so if you could actually get that specific one instead of it just being a random ass thing,
Hmm.
that's not bad. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
It's better to have the specifics of what you want than not getting what you want.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's all we're gonna say about that. What looked to be a super hype topic is just kind of like, ha, that was just clickbait, bruh. But click those microtransactions. Anyways, let's move on to something wholesome, something amazing, something super cool.
Hmm.
Uh, we're gonna have to pop this open. Boom! Dog Shelter Simulator to the Rescue is what it's called. Hits Kickstarter goal after 2 days. So
Wow.
this is a little indie game where you run a dog shelter and stuff like that. So you have all these dogs and you have to like feed them and groom them and pet them and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Everything's being shown so far. Uh, and like we went and I checked out the Kickstarter page, which we're gonna actually check out right now.
Hmm.
Uh, so this game has raised over 3,266 Canadian dollars. Like that's
Wow.
amazing. So,
Hmm.
uh, here's what you get if you
In
donate like a bunch of money or something like stuff like that. So you know how a Kickstarter works, right?
tiers. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's different tiers and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So in this one, if you pledge $30 or more, you get a name in the credits, a stream key for To the Rescue, so you get the game itself. You get to add a dog name, whatever dog name you want, to the game, and a To the Rescue sticker pack that ships wherever you want.
Wow, for just $30, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for $30 US, which is about 40 Canadian, stuff like that. If you pledge even $20, um, name in the credits and Steam key To the Rescue. Like that's already
So
a bargain. This is like a
yeah.
$15 game, and I'm looking at the art style right now. It looks super cool. It
Hmm.
looks super unique. Um, you get all of the like, there's all these dogs and stuff like that. Um,
It seems like something for like it's definitely not a game for like you, like a hardcore gamer.
mhm,
It seems more for someone that's just needs to like spend some time. It's like the like Farmville on Facebook or something like that for people that are just like, okay, I'm just like sitting at home doing nothing. Let me check on my dogs.
mhm.
Type thing. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, and like the Kickstarter is really cool. I definitely recommend you guys go and check this out. Basically, uh, it says like set 37.5% of the cost breakdown is going to development, and 16% is going to marketing. 17 is to arts, social media, so on and so forth. And like this just looks fucking amazing. It looks awesome. Um, I kind of just wanted I kind of want this game, but like just for the basic fact of it, if it was like Stardew Valley graphics, like level of indie, I'd fucking I'd just like orgasm and fucking buy this thing by the
Yeah.
dozens. I'd be like, everyone gets a copy. I don't care if you have a computer. You guys are all getting a copy because everyone deserves to go out and buy a game based on running a dog shelter, which is amazing. Amazing,
Okay.
amazing concept. I hope the gameplay is as good. I hope the art style is good because it looks a little bit cartoony and a little bit fun and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
hopefully they nail that. Like I'm just I'm I'm ready for this game
I
to be
think it's a
released.
yeah, I think it's a neat concept and stuff, but um like the only thing to me that I'm a little thinking a little opposite here.
Hmm.
Um of the fact that okay, that's great. That's amazing, but so the people that are putting say someone put $50, $100 to the development of this game, why not put that money into an actual dog shelter? Like that's the thing to me is that okay, it sounds fun. Like this sounds like it should be a free to play type game just to kind of wait
Yeah.
like I said, just to like, chill or whatever.
Hmm.
Like that's kind of the downside to me. Like the people maybe that are developing this game, this Kickstarter, maybe a portion of it should go to an actual dog shelter, I think. 'Cause there's so many pets, like dogs, cats, whatever out there that are like being mistreated or like on the streets or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So that's my opinion is that to help the world in a actual positive way because yeah, sitting at home like watching your digital dogs or whatever, that's fine. There's
Hmm.
nothing negative or positive, like nothing super negative about it. It's just whatever. It's just a game, just like any other game would be.
Hmm.
But I think for something like this, I think that yeah, you should put 5% of the profits goes to a real shelter or
Yeah.
five whatever X amount, right?
Hmm.
That's my opinion. I think for something like this style of game,
Hmm.
I think it would be nice to help out a little bit, right?
Hmm. Like I totally agree with that idea. I think that's an awesome idea because that's a game based on dog shelters. Give a portion of it to dog shelters, which would be awesome.
Hmm.
I don't know how that would work though, just because like it is an indie game and like they need to pay themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But any extra money that they have that doesn't need to be uh, like for the game or for the employees and stuff like that. Yeah, I absolutely think it could be awesome to donate to a dog shelter, stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
well, maybe they'll do the right thing. I'm not sure. I couldn't read anything about potentially
Yeah.
donating their money, but I think
Yeah,
they have good
there's
hearts.
nothing yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with what they're doing. I'm not
No.
nagging on them in any way because everyone needs to get paid to make their money from making the game and everything like that, which is totally fine. But I just a small part of me thinks that I think maybe put a little bit of money towards a real
Maybe.
life version of what they're doing.
I mean, if Multimedia Madness podcast blows up and like we become multimillionaires, of course we're gonna give some of that money to charity.
Yeah, exactly.
All that money that was supposed to go to our taxes will go to charity instead. I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah,
Tax evasion is wrong. Kids, do your
yeah,
taxes. Do your taxes.
exactly.
Anyways, let's move
But
on.
yeah,
Uh,
it sounds interesting.
let's move on to the next topic. So we talked about we had a reaction video actually to this movie, Zombieland Double Tap Road Trip. Uh,
Yeah.
there's a game.
Oh,
It's
nice.
it's for PS4, Xbox One, a Switch, and on PC. It doesn't say when it's actually going to be released or anything like that, but we're gonna take a quick look at this.
Is
There we
it
go.
playing as the characters from the movie?
Yeah, so I think so. So 1 to 4 player co-op combat over 18 levels and locations with unique gameplay.
Oh, cool.
So um, I can already tell this is kind of a lie.
Mm.
So a couple of these screenshots. This is basically a run and gun shooter, or a twin stick shooter. You know what a twin stick shooter is, right?
Yeah. Top down twin stick. Yeah.
Yeah. So it has the characters' pictures and stuff like that, but this is a twin stick shooter, and it should not cost more than $20 if you're making a twin stick shooter.
Hmm.
Just gonna say that right now. Like, cool. It has different objectives, and you got some unique locations, shit like that. But also coming 10, 15, 19. That's October 10th, 15th, 2019. I thought it was September 15th. I was like, wow, that's my birthday, LMAO. But it's not. So, I don't know how to feel about this game.
I- If they were to make it into a game, it would make more sense as like honestly, I would more see it as like a Telltale style game, like where you like choose your own adventure or something like that,
Yeah, exactly.
or like as a twin stick shooter. That why would they tie the Zombieland now franchise? I guess since there's two movies, but why would they tie that into a style like that? This should be like a Walking Dead style. I guess that's probably why is they didn't want to make it like Walking Dead.
Yeah, but this just feels like a giant cheap out to
Yeah.
like when I saw this I was like, "Oh, this is cool. Let's react to it with Davis." Like cuz I wanted to react to just the video game like looks at it with you.
Yeah.
And just like just seems dumb. It just why no one who the fuck plays twin stick shooters anymore? Correct answer is no one. There's no one who I've said like, hey, I've played like Halo Legends on my phone. It's so good. Nobody plays those games anymore. You know what I
There
played?
was a good zombie version in Call of Duty that was a twin stick shooter.
The Dead Ops Arcade. That one was fun.
Yeah.
That was kind of like an added bonus. It
Yeah.
wasn't like the actual game itself.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
if this twin stick shooter was part of like a different thing, like say you're in Jesse Eisenberg's house before the before the raid showed up or before the zombies started showing up, and while he's like he was playing World of Warcraft, but let's just say for the sake of hilarity, he was actually playing the Zombieland video game, but with different characters and stuff like that. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. And then you play the game afterwards where you're like trying to survive and stuff like that. Or fuck it, why are you even playing as the main characters? Start a new story. Start with different
Yeah.
characters. Like start with
Transmedia here, people.
exactly. Start with a different storyline. Start with different characters that are not like the other ones. Like what if they're pacifists? Like or what if you have like the one guy whose sole purpose it is just to kill zombies, but when he sees a person in help, he has to help and stuff like that. Like he's a giant brute of a human being, but he's got like a kind and gentle heart, or like things like that, or a little girl who's actually terrified of zombies and stuff like that, who is just looking to find her mom and stuff. Like there's so many different ideas that are flowing out of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, guys, why did you come up with the twin stick
Yeah.
shooter Zombieland game? Everyone was
Yeah.
like Zombieland, Zombieland, and now
Yeah, because
everyone's like,
it's
take it back, take it back. Nobody wants this.
yeah, exactly. Like it's the movie. The first one was good. The second one looks fun. Like it would be a good what was that zombie? What was that game where he's in the mall?
Dead
With
Rising.
zombie. Yeah, like that. Even make it like even just that style would like would be more fun than a twin stick shooter. Like
Yeah, exactly.
then it could still be connected to the movies. Not like a twin stick shooter. It doesn't matter what it's called. It's like all twin stick shooters are basically the exact same gameplay. Here's this level, walk through, shoot, bang, 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 bang. Here's this level, like
Yeah,
so it doesn't like you don't have any character development or anything like what with anything like that. You need actual storyline. You can
exactly.
like
You need an
yeah.
actual story. You need something uniquely different. You don't need to make it a twin stick shooter. Like, come on, World War Z was cool because it was basically Left 4 Dead 3. Make this like the next Left 4 Dead. Make it Left 4 Dead 3.5. Like, make it because in the trailer, remember the first 10 seconds of that trailer where they're in the field killing zombies?
Yeah.
That's basically Left 4 Dead in a nutshell, except Left 4 Dead has way more zombies in it.
Yeah.
Just make it that. Just make it about badass zombie kills. Make it about setting up traps. Like, even if you
Yeah.
made it a shitty Call of Duty Zombies ripoff, would have done way better than a twin stick shooter. But I'm gonna predict this right now. Every single
You're not buying.
I'm not buying this, but I'm gonna predict like every single game reviewer is gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Besides like the OGs like Jim Sterling, and Angry Joe and Video Game Donkey, like those three are probably gonna look at the game and they're like, "This is shit." And but like this is just off of the top of my head. This is just how the game looks, and that is a twin stick shooter. Really, just doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe it will be fun, but most likely not. It should be like again, this is coming from someone that's not a major gamer. Like it should have an actual story to it, and to actually make it connected to the Zombieland movies.
Yep.
In a way, like in
It's
like,
some
the world.
facet.
Yeah, because like the world of from like Zombieland, like with the like I said during our review, like having the rules pop up randomly and stuff like that, and like what's his name, Tallahassee, I think, with like his love for Twinkies. Like you should have
Oh yeah, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woody Harrelson's character. Yeah,
Well, that's
like
one of the missions is to literally go find Twinkies. So
yeah,
you
but it
you
would
got
make more
robbed there.
sense. It would make more sense in an FPS or a third person shooter
Exactly.
instead of a twin stick shooter.
Exactly.
Like or an adventure style game. Like make it like Red Dead or something.
Mhm.
Like
Exactly. But
there's so many missed opportunities with connecting it with this style of game.
yep. But
But yeah, that's
exactly.
that.
That's that. Let's move on to the next topic. Um, Xbox boss promises more single player games are coming, which, as for me, a single player gamer, because
Does
friends
that
suck
mean like
ass.
does that mean like exclusives to finally compete with PlayStation's exclusives?
Don't know if it means exclusives. Let's take a quick look at the article. Um, yeah, like it's basically just saying it doesn't hasn't done anything besides like get shit on by PlayStation because PlayStation had Bloodborne, Uncharted 4, Spider-Man, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, etc.,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
Um,
There's a lot more well-known PlayStation exclusives than Xbox exclusives.
what like the Xbox exclusives? Cuphead was an
Gears
Xbox.
and Halo.
Gears, Halo, Sunset Overdrive. Like three of those games were really good, and later iterations just sucked. Sunset Overdrive kind of sucked, but it was kind of decent. But that's basically it. It's just gonna say Microsoft should be developing and will be developing more things.
That's like, I think that's fun. Like, it goes back to like how our um, gaming sessions have been, where I come over to your place, like getting that, like even though that's single player, that's only single player. Sorry, so
Hmm.
it's just instead of having sit at home, like one person sit at home, the other person sit like playing multiplayer, like Call of Duty or whatever.
Hmm.
That those are always still fun, but like sitting and having that like, okay, I'm gonna play the story. Like that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing with Spider-Man right now. Just using your time and playing a game just to complete the missions and stuff like that
yep.
is it's always fun.
It's exactly it. I like am trying to play Spyro on stream. Hasn't gone 100% well just because of the Black Ops double triple thing.
Hmm.
Whenever my buddy Chad is on, we love streaming together, so we usually do that. But some nights I'm just like, yo, I'm just gonna chill and play Spyro for a couple hours and playing Spyro by myself and just streaming it and just being like, cool. Like I don't have to wait on anyone. I can just do everything myself. If I'm like, oh, I think there's something over here. Guess what? I can fucking go over there. I don't
Yeah.
need anyone's ass like sitting there being like, no, don't go over there. No, that's a bad idea. I can just
Hmm.
do it myself. And
Yeah.
I just love single player games because all it requires is the console and me. It does not require three. Fucking
Yeah.
bars right there, dude. Drop fire. But anyways, it does not require like Davis to set up an internet connection. It doesn't require us to have the same console or anything. It's
Hmm.
just like I can play the game however I want to play. And if
Yeah.
I have someone on my friends list that's like, hey, I'm playing the same single player game, we just talk about it. And it
Yeah.
doesn't require us like it might require us to both have mics or computers to talk to each other, but it doesn't cost anything to talk to each other compared to actually playing the game,
Hmm.
depending on like different circumstances, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
I prefer single player over multiplayer
Hmm.
in most circumstances. In like very few circumstances, like if I had a group of friends that comes on, it's like, hey guys, let's play this every single day. We'll play Call of Duty, we'll play Halo. I actually got hurt in the heart a little bit because it just reminded me of all of the friendships that I had back as a kid and how I don't have them anymore and how it's not like shit. I have to be an actual functioning human being instead of just sitting downstairs playing video games. Unless I become a
Hmm.
Twitch streamer. But anyways, that's my take on it. Let
Yeah.
let's just hope they come up with good single player games.
Yeah.
Xbox,
Hopefully they'll.
don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, because that's what I think is that they're probably gonna try to do some exclusive, like Xbox exclusives, because like the God of War franchise is super popular. A lot of people like them.
Hmm.
Even the newest one that came out, I guess it's 2018. It's been a year now, but still,
People
like,
love it.
yeah, people love the game, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. That's why some people decide when they're trying to decide between a PS4, PS5, whatever the
Hmm.
console is, that a lot of people tend to lean towards PlayStation because the exclusives are better and the stories, and like
Hmm.
God of War, Spider-Man, and Uncharted right there. There's top three that I can think of. Those are solo like want single player games.
Mhm. Like the
Like,
things that made Xbox and Microsoft great are basically going non-existent. The Ultimate Game Pass is something that PlayStation has to marvel. And I thought to myself, like just now, PlayStation dropped out of E3. Yeah, they really did not need to be there. They were so far ahead of the game, they could have taken that L and just like been gone with it. It's like, cool, we're just gonna focus on something and make it incredible.
mm,
But if Xbox swings back and is like, cool, here's 8 new like IPs that have awesome stories that are single player. Here are
mhm.
6 new ones that are indie that are multiplayer and amazing. Here's 4 more that are like awesome multiplayer games that everyone wants. Like that, like they're gonna be so far ahead of the game. And the only thing that I bought a PlayStation for was to play with my friends and some of
Mhm.
the exclusives, like Persona 5. Wanted to play because it was an exclusive. I bought Crash because I thought it was an exclusive. Well, it was back then, but now it's not.
Mhm.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, God of War, like those are the games that I'm buying my PlayStation for, but I don't fucking touch it anymore. It's sitting there collecting dust. It literally just has dust all around it. I play my Xbox more. You know what I did the other day? I was like, I want to play Black Ops 4. I want to keep leveling up because it's double triple. I just want to keep leveling up. You know what I did? I unplugged my Xbox from over here. I said, "See you, dickhead," and I walked all the way into my bedroom and I plugged it in because my uncle was gonna sleep down here because he's sleeping over my house, and I played on my Xbox. Didn't open the PlayStation.
Yeah, bastard! I
I
could
could
have
have,
joined you.
I could have played anything on the PlayStation. I have Hitman. I have Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, Last of Us, Persona 5.
Oh, Last of Us was a popular game too.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many good exclusives on
That's
PlayStation.
coming to TV. Either there's rumors that it's either a TV or a movie that's gonna be based off of Last of Us as well.
That's awesome. That's gonna be
Yeah,
cool. But
I've heard of it.
yeah, the other reason is PlayStation also gets a lot of exclusive stuff, like Call of Duty. You would much rather be a gamer on Call of Duty, or would you much rather be a gamer on or a Call of Duty player on uh, Xbox? The correct answer is PlayStation right now because they get all the exclusive. All of their DLC gets launched first on PlayStation.
Or like for me, I'm always a fan of Mortal Kombat.
Hmm.
It it comes out like, for example, Mortal Kombat, the not the most recent one, but the one that was out before. There was DLC for new characters you can get. It was like Freddy and Jason, but
Hmm.
on PlayStation. But on Xbox, it was Cyber Sub Zero. It was just a robot version of a character that they already had. So the actual characters, the new characters, came out on PlayStation
Hmm.
like way before it came out on Xbox.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or
So.
or you couldn't even have the option to get it on Xbox.
Hmm. And like there are people that love playing Mortal Kombat and stuff like that, so they're gonna go
Yeah,
instead if they have an Xbox, they'll probably go to PlayStation for that if they have money to spare. But
yeah.
if
I
some people,
I, I still need to get back into that game because I used to kick ass in that game. It's fun.
well, you gotta sharpen up in case we decide to do Mortal Kombat uh, best of 5 or whatever, because I suck at Mortal Kombat.
That's something I might be able to actually beat you in.
Oh,
That's
you're definitely gonna beat me. You can destroy me. I suck at Mortal Kombat.
woohoo.
All
There's
right,
a game.
let's move on to something cool. So the new Call of Duty, we talked about a while ago about the white phosphorus being added to the game,
Right.
things like that. Here's some good news.
Hmm.
On console, you can now play with a keyboard and mouse the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It has been told that you will now be able to hook up a mouse. You will be able to hook this thing up and a keyboard. I can't lift it up because it's my laptop. You will be able to take both of these things, plug them into your Xbox, and play with them on your console.
Oh, so that's kind of like for PC Master Race people, whatever, that like to have the WASD
Hmm.
movement,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you get the full screen of being have it plugged into your TV instead of
Hmm.
having a 15-inch computer.
And people want to get it like right now, apparently. So, uh, I like basically you can just be sitting here because I have a bench right here. That's what I'm like have my laptop sitting on. I could be playing with my keyboard and mouse right here, playing Call of Duty like that instead of playing on a controller. Because if some people don't like the feel of controller or can't use a controller,
Hmm.
and they can use a keyboard and mouse, why not go to keyboard and mouse? So
That's cool.
it's opening up more opportunities, and everyone follow suit with this. Come on, put if all the backwards compatibility games that are out there, all of the games that are out there right now on consoles, probably like 1% of them has is able to be used with keyboard and mouse. Like really, games that are cross-platform, like hello, Overwatch, why can't I play with a keyboard and mouse on my console? Like, but
Mm.
I can play with a controller on my PC? That's some dumb shit right there. That doesn't make any logical sense. Like,
It
cause
it must be difficult to do.
it can't be. Cause if you
Like,
could do it one way, you can do it the other way. I just don't know
no,
if it's
not
a fact on
necessarily.
memory on or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't. I don't. I have no idea. I could be just completely bullshitting here, but it's because controllers they just plug in USB, right? So then,
Hmm.
so if you plug in a USB into your computer, then your computer will read what it is and notice what it is. But even though there's USB drives on PlayStation and on Xbox, like it's the same connection.
Hmm.
It's because they're different styles of computers technically.
Hmm.
I think it probably requires like the code to be recognized in the game itself, not the console. So it's probably has to do with the game. So it's
Hmm.
probably more difficult to transfer like keyboard and mouse to a PlayStation or Xbox
Hmm.
compared to an Xbox controller to a PC.
Yeah.
That's my thought. So I think it might be a, a little more difficult, and it probably takes a little harder for a game to actually get that, be able to read the code.
Hmm.
In
Exactly.
my opinion.
It could be that. It could be something as simple as even the Xbox hardware isn't like properly set up to read a lot of keyboard and mice, like things like
Hmm.
that. So
Maybe yeah. Once they get into development, that exactly that would be a good thing for gamers that like to do it.
yeah,
It would
exactly.
make sense.
I hope there eventually comes out an app or an update or something like that. It's like cool. All of the games that you now own on your Xbox now come with keyboard and mouse compatibility. That's a
If
dream. That's a
yeah.
goal for gamers. Gamers, put this on the top of your sticky notes. Make this your goal if you're going to become like any sort of like designer. I'm going to tell that to my friends. Like fucking make an app that does this shit for me.
Yeah,
But
be
oh well.
useful for people that yeah, if you yeah, exactly, you should have that option. If you like using keyboard and mouse, you should have that option. If you like controller, I like controllers better.
Yeah.
I can't move keyboard and mouse. Like I always am terrible. I'm so much slower because
Mhm.
I'm not enough. But I like having the controller there, and for me, like being able to lean back in my couch and be more relaxed is better than leaning against my keyboard and whatever.
Hey guys, just. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
exactly. For
it
me
totally makes sense.
personally, I like the controller better, but there's other people that like the keyboard better.
Hmm.
Let that option be there.
For some people, like for me, I like going back and forth. For
Yep.
Overwatch, I can't play it on a controller for the goddamn life of me. I play it on a
Mhm.
controller because like achievements, woo. But for my money, I'd rather have a keyboard and mouse because it's way easier to hit the ability buttons with my off key, like my pinky and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
jumping and shooting abilities. I can move around, I can look, I can shoot, I can jump, and I can prep an ability all at the same time. Meanwhile, on a
Yeah.
controller, you're like basically using one, two, three, and then if you want to hit an ability, that's a pretty awkward fourth finger. It just feels awkward to me. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
games like Call of Duty, I would much rather have like a controller for. I would
Yeah.
much rather hold down the left trigger and shoot with the right trigger than anything else. But
Oh,
that's
cool. See, exactly. That's valid to the point. Like,
mhm.
if more games in the future end up developing that, that'd be cool. That'd be a good thing. It will help open. I think it will help open the market a little bit too, because then that gets, even though a lot of people that are PC gamers are gonna stay PC gamers because
For life.
yeah, because you can have the graphics are better. You can build your own PC for gaming. No, 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 etc., etc.
Hmm.
But it will open that. Maybe it'll open some people's minds up a little bit of being like, oh, that'd be cool. Like that
Yeah.
way, like I said, you can put it on your TV, and make the screen like if the screen's
Yeah.
better and
Exactly.
bigger, right?
Yeah.
That,
Exactly.
yeah, that's
So
cool.
you know, there's that. What else was I gonna say? I had an idea. It's just like, please, for the love of God, game devs, please put customized controls in the game. I'm not talking about keyboard and mouse and stuff like that, but I kind of am. Like, let me be able to switch my E key to be whatever I want it to be. Make my
Hmm.
A button on my controller so I don't have to fucking be like, oh yeah, to reload, it's instead the B key. Why is that a thing? Let me put it on the X key where it's on most different games. Let me have the switch weapon button to be Y. Let the jump be A. Let the melee be
Oh
one of the
yeah,
other
have
buttons.
some.
Because otherwise I'm just
Yeah.
like, I keep losing games because I keep messing up the controls because
Hmm.
everything else just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like, and
Yeah,
I'm just, and I'm
well, I
like,
know that. Yeah, I know there's some games that have like custom. It's either here's this option or here's this option, and you have to choose between the two. But yeah,
mhm.
you should be able to assign each thing to whatever button.
You
Yeah.
shouldn't have to you shouldn't be restricting how well a gamer can do just because of your shitty controls. Like, League of Legends is a game that I played a lot, and I customize my controls a little bit. So like, oh, I can change it to this. So there are extra buttons on the left side of my keyboard. I press that to open the shop, so it makes me like 3 seconds quicker in a match. Does that add up? Yeah, it does. Because if you go back to the shop like 20 times in a game, that's an extra minute that you're saving,
Hmm.
not sitting in base. And like, say that's every game, and I played like 1,000 games. That's 1,000 minutes, my guy. That's so much time.
Yeah,
I can't even
exactly.
calculate how much
When
time that is.
when it comes to gaming in the split seconds, if you're used to one game like hand like however you are, like if you're used to it from one style, you're gonna be used want to be used to it for every other style.
Mhm. Exactly. So, just allow that to happen. Game devs, please make all console games have compatibility with keyboards and mice, and have every single game be made with customized controls. I know that's a little
Well,
bit difficult and a little bit scary, but it pays off so well in the end because people are going to be like, at least this game has customized controls because you could be like, oh man, I died again. But you know what? Like, if they're looking at a game as like, does this game have customized controls? Yes, it does. That's a +1 for me, dude. This game doesn't have customized controls, and I'm stuck playing NHL, and my shoot button is down on the D-pad. Like, that's dumb. Not gonna play NHL like that anymore. Fucking just like, so tired of that shit. But anyways, let's move on to the last topic, which Davis was the one to actually find before we start getting into the top 3 worst movies. Why you should be excited for Amazon's Lord of the Rings prequel. So, Davis, do you want to take us down on this one?
yeah, because like so far there's been no major news on this yet because it's not even hasn't become shooting yet apparently,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just news that it's in the works basically that Amazon's going to be doing it. Um, I am a Lord of the Rings fan. If you can't tell, this is an actual Lord of the Rings ring. I just
Hmm.
have it in black instead of in gold that I literally wear all the time. It's
Literally
what
wears
got
it to school.
yeah, I literally wear. I don't take this ring off unless I'm like playing with it. Um, I liked the trilogy. I've seen all three Lord of the Rings, the extended cut versions of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the extended cuts of The Hobbit. I saw for sale the trilogy. I was contemplating buying the books myself actually too,
Mm-hmm.
but I just anyway I decided because I'm not much of a reader. So if they go into the actual like the whole world of like why the rings were made and stuff like that, because it's just like the prequels of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna go because there's so much more story because George R. R. Martin was like his mind was exploding with ideas. Like there's so much history behind everything in Game of Thrones. Same thing with Tolkien and Lord of the Rings. There's so much lore. So if they can
Mm-hmm.
actually make a say I don't know, 1,000 years prior to even The Hobbit or something like that,
Yeah.
right? Would be, I think it'd be interesting. You get new characters, but it doesn't necessarily even have to be the Baggins family line. Like you could actually still see like Gandalf as a young wizard or something like that instead of a 15,000-year-old wizard. Like have him learning new things and experiencing what it's like or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be interesting if they do it right because
Yep.
like the Harry Potter prequels, Fantastic Beasts, in my opinion, weren't as good as they should have could have been. I only saw the first Fantastic
That's
Beasts
like the
movie, but
one you need
still
to see. The other one, it was not nearly as good.
not as good. Yeah. So if this turns into a big thing, they're saying on the article that I was reading there is that it's going to be the biggest thing to hit television like ever. So bigger than Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones cost
That
10 to
seems
$15 million an episode.
that seems really unlikely to me.
Hmm.
So I guess
I
there's
don't
going
know.
to be a lot of hype behind this, but like, I want to know what everyone else thinks. So what do you guys think? So leave us
Is
your thoughts on Twitter or on YouTube, and let us know what you guys think because this is nuts.
Yeah,
This is gonna be nuts. I just hope they do it justice. I hope they stick to the lore. I just want to see more, like the elephants. I think they're called.
elephants. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I just want to
The
see more of
giant
those. Yeah,
elephants is what they're called.
elephants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see more battles. I just want to see the cool kind of battles. I want to see the cool things that make Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
Because I just don't want to see another shitty medieval TV series.
Yeah, exactly. There's some, excuse me, there's some shows that are just like, okay, I don't care about this.
Nope.
Like I started watching a show called Nightfall, I do believe. It was about the Knights of the Round Table.
Mhm.
I got a few episodes in, and then I was like, okay, this is just boring. I don't care.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it's as good as Lord of the Rings. At least some seasons of of Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Some seasons were better than others, but
Mhm.
or as we gave, well, I did a little bit more than you did, but the hype behind the Witcher show that looked really good as well. So this would possibly, if it when the trailer actually gets made, and that's probably gonna be like nothing. Trailer's probably not even gonna launch until 2020 because
Mhm.
it's not even in production yet. So like if the trailer looks really good, I might actually go to get an Amazon Prime subscription just to watch this show.
Mhm. Like I don't have a subscription. I have a membership to Amazon Prime, but it just doesn't allow me to listen to music or watch movies. I don't think.
Oh, it's just the advanced shipping and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is all I
Yeah.
really cared about. But I heard The Boys did really well. Like
Yeah, that
they're
yeah,
they're already
that's
in
showing
second season production.
because they launched the entire show all in one go
Yeah,
or what?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
because it looks really fun.
Mhm.
I wanted to get a hold of that too. That looked very interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for the gaming corner. Remember, go fuck yourselves by comment Walmart. Go buy a gun.
Oh,
Don't buy a video game. There you go.
okay. I was
So,
like, what are you doing? That was a random thing. I was just telling our audience to go fuck themselves.
dude, that's the tagline. Go fuck yourselves. Hyphen Walmart. Go with the sub quote. Buy a gun, but don't buy a video game because
Ah,
one of them has an impact on your real life and one of them doesn't. So there you
yeah.
go. Okay, well, both of them have
Alrighty
an
then.
impact on your real life, but one of them has a way more severe impact.
Yeah.
Depending. Okay, that could also be wrong. Let's just say that they're stupid and they were promoting guns instead of video games.
Yeah.
That's it. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's look. We've already gotten into that rant. We're not going back down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I was about to say something. I was like, nope. We already said it.
Nope, not doing that. So, anyways, let's move on to our top 3 worst movies of 2018 and 2019.
Yes.
Let's get into it. Would you like to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So we actually did a little bit of a review on this on the earlier days of the podcast. Do you remember any of the trailers that we did on the podcast that we watched?
I remember Escape Room.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I don't know. That's the only one off the top of my head I can remember.
Well, you're correct. It is The Escape Room.
Oh, you actually saw that movie?
Yeah, I saw it. Okay, here's the thing. It's not a bad movie in any regards. Like, it's a decent movie. It's just
Hmm.
cliche and boring and kind of just doesn't make sense in some context. But other than that, it's like a fun, cheesy movie.
Okay.
So
Because I remember from the trailer, it was kind of like Saw in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's like the deaths in that movie. Some of them are just really dumb because it's not like they messed up or anything or they ran out of time. It's like it was meant for someone to die.
Mm.
But
Okay. So no matter what they did, they were gonna die regardless.
yeah, essentially. Yeah. So, I just didn't really enjoy that movie. The acting was semi
Subpar.
okay. Yeah, it was okay. The visual effects were pretty decent. The storyline was really, really weird. But other than that, it was kind of just like some cheesy flick that I probably wouldn't watch again. If it's on, I'm gonna watch it. If it's not on, it's like, and people are like, "Hey, should I see this movie?" I'm probably like if you're bored, if you're that bored and you can't think of anything else to watch, fine, go for it.
On
Like,
Netflix or whatever.
yeah, if it's on Netflix and you're just looking for something to chill, like Netflix and chill, basically. Escape Room, probably not the best movie because it's like there's a lot of screaming, a lot of like popping up and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Probably not the best, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, Davis, third
Okay,
worst.
my third worst was a movie that I started watching. It was advertised quite a bit on Netflix. It was called Wine Country. It was
Oh,
yeah, I started watching this. Maybe it's because I'm a guy and I'm not a 40-year-old woman. That's
that's a pretty accurate statement.
yeah. Because like that was the target audience is for like the for like women that are uh midlife crisis and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
like it had the main it has a decent cast, a good comedy cast, like Melissa McCarthy is in it.
Hmm.
um and I honestly I don't remember any of the other actresses names, but I know them if I see them type thing.
Yep.
I started watching it. I got a little got still over a little over an hour into it, and because I thought it was actually gonna have pick up and actually have some good
Yep.
funny moments and stuff like that because of the cast and everything.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, this is just dragging on. They're just saying the same thing. It's very flat. Like there's no comedy. Like I get that it's supposed to be like, oh, we're having a girls' night out. This is gonna be fun. No, no, no. And
Hmm.
it was just like
Just get to it
I get
already.
yeah, exactly. Again, I know I'm not the target audience for this movie, but I was just like, oh my God,
Just
like
get to
why
the
would they even
fucking point.
yeah, like why would they even bother making this movie? Like,
Hmm.
oh jeez. Like whatever. The actors they made their money off of it. And
Because
there must be people that liked it because Netflix still had it up there and everything like that, and
hmm
it was on like the main page of Netflix
yeah, I
for a
remember
while and
those
stuff like that.
advertisements.
Yeah, so I watched it and I was like, yeah, this is just okay. Go
Hmm.
away. This was a waste of time. Like, why did I even bother clicking into this? Let me find something else.
Just be glad you didn't spend money on this. Basically, like you
Yeah,
spent money on Netflix, but good thing you didn't be like, oh, I could see this movie in theaters. Why not? You spend $13 to get in. You spend
yeah,
$15 on popcorn and a drink and some candy. Maybe it's like a
yeah,
poutine if you're feeling it. And you get into the theater and you're just,
yeah, yeah. Yep. I'm
yeah.
so glad that, yeah. So that was just, it was such a like, beep, like such a flat line. There was no like, some movies I watch and there's still like a decent like one or two jokes that I'm okay, funny, but no, this was just just why?
Hmm.
Like,
Exactly. All
okay,
right.
your
So,
go.
escape room, and then you've got wine country. Let's talk about another stupid cheesy film, The
Hmm.
Predator. The Predator that came
I
out
didn't see that movie.
in
Yeah.
2018 was garbage. It was
Yeah, I
so
heard about bad reviews for it.
it was like so dumb. It was super cheesy. The story made absolutely no sense. You really didn't feel anything for the characters. Like I can barely remember this movie. That's how like dumb it is.
Hmm.
Like I remember the one of the final scenes or whatever where it was like they put on like an apex killer or like sorry a predator killing suit. So some
Hmm.
guy like it attaches to the guy and he's like freaking out, and then he like gets it on him and he starts freaking out. But all these guns start coming up and he looks like a predator, like but with a ton of machine guns and shit. And it's like,
Oh,
wow,
super
that's cool.
cheesy.
Where was that this entire film? Because
Yeah.
other than that, it was like human v alien
Hmm.
essentially, and it was just awful and stupid. And it was
It was
like they even
it,
included alien dogs. Then it was just like
it
there's
was their
so
way of
many.
trying to do another reboot of another 70s movie that just wasn't as good as the original.
Yeah, essentially,
Was
it was just
Arnold even in it?
really
Did he
dumb.
have a cameo?
Pardon?
Did Arnold even have a cameo?
No, he did not.
Oh, that's a
It was worthless.
okay.
Just dumb movie. Don't
Missed
watch it ever.
opportunity. Yeah, I've heard bad reviews about it. Like I have honestly, I don't think I've seen even the original
Mhm.
Predator or I've seen Alien, but
Mhm.
um the most recent closest thing to a recent Predator movie that I saw was AVP, and that was back in like I don't even know when that came out, like 2007, 2009, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the closest thing to a Predator movie that I saw, and I don't even remember even really hearing about this movie. I remember a few people in school talking about it,
Yep.
being like it's coming out, and then I was like, okay, I didn't even really see any trailers for it or anything.
And then you
Like
just went to it and you're just like,
didn't
eh.
even care. No, I didn't even. Yeah, didn't even watch it. Didn't
Nope,
care.
don't care. Anyways, The Predator. Don't watch the movie. Like one of the like they have like a squad of people that just end up dying at the end, like
Hmm.
they're supposed to. One of them has like the stupidest death ever. So like there's a shield that's going over top, so you have like a little bit of space in between that you could just bend down and get in front of. But this guy just starts panicking. He starts screaming and freaking out. It's like, dude, literally just lay down flat and you'll survive. But no, the shield goes and it cuts him in half. He goes flying off into the distance or whatever.
Mm.
It's still so dumb, just
So
stupid,
dumb.
so dumb.
Okay.
Okay, Davis, number
Yeah.
two.
Uh, this was one that we talked about on the podcast. It was on the other. Yeah, it was on the podcast. We talked about it. I should have listened to the reviewers. I wasted my money on this.
Mm-hmm.
Duh. It's X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yep.
It
Just
yeah, it had such a convoluted story. They were trying to like do the scrolls, but not the scrolls, and like because I liked out of all the new X-Men movies, First Class is still the best one. No,
Mhm.
Days of Future Past, I should say. Days of Future Past is the best one, but like out of the yeah, Days of Future Past, First Class, Apocalypse, and now like this one was honestly worse than Apocalypse. Like, and Apocalypse wasn't great either.
Mhm.
It was the story was so convoluted. They didn't know what the hell they were doing, and I think I said this during the podcast as well. You could tell that they were like just said fuck it because uh, Marvel bought Fox. They changed the story so many times. They didn't know what the hell they were doing, and you could tell in the movie itself. It was like, what are we doing? Like they
Yeah.
ruined the Phoenix Force hardcore. Like the beginning was okay. I kind of like the beginning of introducing Jean Grey to the Phoenix Force and
Mhm.
using Scott's laser vision beams as a weapon on the jet,
Mhm.
which is neat. Then they like took out um, Quicksilver like halfway through the movie, and he was just not in it.
Mhm.
Like in the Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, he has the slow mo speed runs that are like the best part of those two movies,
Mhm.
and they kind of do it sort of in this one, and it was just like why? Like
It's just
they they
so
just
stupid. They basically try to copy paste, but they just couldn't get the formula down.
yeah. So hopefully, um, Disney Marvel are able to pick up and save the X-Men franchise, but they're gonna have to again just they're gonna have to recast the entire thing and just scrap it and say it like didn't even count,
Mhm.
unless they use the same characters and just say something like they've been here the whole time or some shit.
Yep.
But I don't know. I which kind of sucks because I like Sophie Turner as an actress. She's good, but
Mhm. Just
yeah,
not.
it was such a flop. And like I'm a Marvel fan. I
Yeah,
liked that's
you were just like
yeah,
rooting for this movie to be good, and you're like
exactly.
the critics are wrong. This is one where the critics are super wrong and the fans are
Yeah.
right, and you're just like, yeah, no one was right. Everyone just this is just sucked.
Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to support it because it was a Marvel movie, but
Mhm.
mm,
Okay.
so yeah, that was my thoughts. Like I don't know. That's it just was boring. It wasn't as good.
Yeah. So
Okay,
last the worst movie I've ever seen. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't actually count because it's from 2017, but I'm pretty sure I saw it in 2018, so it counts.
fair enough.
I'm counting it just because this movie was god awful and it
Hmm.
got off basically scot free.
Yep.
Downsizing is the worst fucking movie Matt Damon has ever been in.
Yeah, I started watching that movie. Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's stupid. It's so dumb. Nothing makes sense. So you start off with this family who's like, having a little bit of monetary problems, things like that. And suddenly they hear of this awesome thing that they can help save the Earth, and they get tons of money from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called downsizing. So you basically get shrunk and you turn into a miniature. So this family, this woman is obviously nervous, and she's nervous to do it, like anyone should be. But
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon, her partner, was just like, yeah, like we got this. We love each other. We'll do this. So Matt Damon shrinks down to tiny size,
Tiny. Yeah.
and to do this, they need to cut off all of their hair. So facial hair, regular hair, armpit hair, chest hair, pubic hair, leg hair, literally everything.
Yeah.
So as soon as like this lady starts getting like shaved, like one of her eyebrows comes off, she thinks to herself, "Why am I doing this? Like I don't want to have all of my hair and stuff shaved off." That's basically the excuse she was giving. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "No, I'm not doing this." So Matt Damon is now stuck as a miniature, divorced in this like rich world where he is now unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically has to find himself through helping like all of these underprivileged people who shrunk down but just somehow lost all their money. Like I don't understand, how did this possibly happen? What, did someone
Yeah.
shrink drugs? Is drugs now part of this? Like the things that are happening right now are just ridiculous. People are like escaping out of like TV boxes, things like that, and eventually they went to this tunnel and are like gonna go into this tunnel and they're gonna survive forever in this tunnel. But Matt Damon decides no, he loves the girl, this girl who he's barely had a relationship with, who has been treating him like shit basically this entire movie, and he falls in love with her and
Mm-hmm.
ends up with her. And I'm just sitting there. I literally was in the movie theater. I was doing this. Just give me a sec. I was throwing my hat in frustration. I was looking down. I was threatening to leave the theater like 3 or 4 times because I just
Waste of
was
money.
being like, "Are you guys watching the same movie I'm watching? How are you not like pissed off at this?"
Mm-hmm.
Nothing could save this movie. Not even Neil Patrick Harris. He
Yeah. I
was in the
saw.
movie.
Right. Yeah. I saw part of it. I remember.
I hate this
Um.
movie so fucking much.
It.
I hate it.
I think the concept was there,
The
but it
concept
just
was
wasn't.
there.
Yeah. It just wasn't executed well because I remember the idea being like, oh yeah, that's having technology of bringing people down. You have the money, or for whatever reason it was.
Hmm.
It was like your money is gets multiplied because you get shrunk. Like whatever. Yeah, the concept I think was okay. It just wasn't executed as well as it should have been.
No. And the dumb thing was, here's the kicker of the movie. All of the problems, if you had not turned anyone miniature, nothing would have changed.
Hmm.
Literally, nothing would have changed. If you had like a group of people that wanted to go live in a tunnel for the rest of their lives, they wouldn't have to be miniature for it.
Hmm.
Like they would just have to dig and cave into a mountain. If you wanted to show off the poverty and like suffering of some people in like American country, like in the American country, didn't need them to be miniature. The only thing that the downsizing was a catalyst to make sure that Matt Damon ends up alone and sad, which is really really stupid
Yeah.
considering that's the whole fucking purpose of your movie.
Yeah.
It's not like a miniature plot point. It's not like a miniature item in the movie. It's the entire movie's premise to show off this miniature world, and they
Yeah,
fucked it up
exactly.
so badly. I hated the characters. I hated the story. I hated the idea that this movie still plagues my mind. When we were
Yeah.
thinking about this topic, this movie immediately came to my brain, and I started having fucking Vietnam flashbacks of this shit. I hate it. Downsizing
Yeah.
should burn in a hole. What are the ratings on this? Let's take a look real quick. Let's take a look at this. Down downsizing. Here, let's take a look at this. 5.7 on out of 10. 63%. No, it is not.
It
It is
shouldn't be
not.
that high.
No,
Yeah.
it should be at negative 10%. This movie was awful. And there's a 45% like this one. Boom, let's punt that down to 44, bitch. Like I hit that down. I hit that
Downvote
down
that,
vote
bitch.
button. Yeah.
Yeah, I no, I agree with you. That was just one of the ones that I didn't even finish watching.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, whatever. Like,
Just gonna,
I again, yeah, it just wasn't as good as it should have been.
just gonna do the rest of the podcast like this, guys. I'm just gonna chill, like I'm on a
Oh,
therapist couch, just while we talk about this topic.
okay, bye.
I just don't understand, Doc. Why did they make this movie? Why did they have A-list celebrities. They had Neil Patrick Harris. They
Yeah,
had Matt Damon. They had I
that was
can
probably
I can never
probably
remember
just
her
to
name.
get them to sell a movie. They had to probably get the actors in there. If you get brand high level name actors, then maybe people will actually show up.
They must have really offered a shit ton of money that they didn't actually get the payout for. So you know what? Never see downsizing. I'm done talking about it. Davis, what's your number one pick?
Okay, number one for me was Bumblebee.
Oh,
Oh
the
my
Transformers movie.
God,
Oh,
yes,
I was like so confused for a second. I was like, did you
yeah.
mean the B movie?
The first, like, I watched it and the graphics like threw me off hardcore. It looked like a PS2 game. Like,
Really?
yeah, it.
For a AAA studio that has been like, who directed this one?
I don't know.
Was it
I
Mr. Explosion Man? I can't even remember
No, it
his name.
wasn't Michael Bay. He helped produce it, but he didn't direct it.
Uh,
Um, it was just I couldn't stand it. I didn't get you didn't have to do this prequel. Like, why did you have to do this? And then John Cena's in it, and he's just like screaming the entire time. The story was just I guess the story was okay. It was about same idea as like Sam in the first one of like finding a new vehicle or whatever.
mm-hmm.
But like and I the one thing I did like about it is the fact that Bumblebee was an actual beetle like he was in the actual cartoons
Mm-hmm.
like originally.
Yeah.
So that was kind of good, but like everything else like he's there's a scene when Bumblebee and the girl they're trying to teach him like human things or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he's acting like a little puppy. He's like hiding his head behind a rock, like thinking he's not being seen, instead of just transforming back into into the beetle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's a advanced life form. Like, why is he doing this? It makes no sense.
Nothing
Like,
makes sense anymore.
it was the graphics were terrible, the acting was terrible. Like again, because it was Michael Bay-esque, it was still friggin' um explosions for no goddamn reason. It was
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't it was so bad. Like and that's coming from a Transformers movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather watch Transformers 3 again before watching Bumblebee.
Yeah, exactly. But literally, it just sounded like a giant copy paste movie of just way epically worse proportions. Like,
Yeah.
I
It
understand that, Bumblebee's new to this whole transforming into car kind of thing, and he has to stay incognito, but
mhm.
also, he's an alien life form.
Yeah.
He should understand that he could transform back into a car, and everything would be fine.
Yeah,
But,
exactly. He's like a number one like he's one of the highest level guys in the military for Optimus on Cybertron apparently. But
mhm.
then by the time he gets to Earth, he's a fucking idiot. Like,
Huh?
it just it made no sense. It made my brain hurt.
Hmm.
And like I think if I remember correctly, there's a scene where the main character, the girl there, she's like trying to get a vehicle so she can get around, doesn't have to use the her parents' one or blah blah blah. So she like works with this junkyard guy and she finds a car and he just gives her like free reign to get a vehicle
Hmm.
and like that's the one that she finds and she just takes it. Like
Yeah,
what? Just
that's.
even if you're friends with someone like this, you don't just like give someone a freaking vehicle.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, if you can fix it, you can have it type. Like,
Yeah,
ugh,
if it was a broken vehicle, I can understand. It's really unlikely that someone is that nice that they'd be like, or that wealthy that they'd just be like, hey, have this car. Just
yeah,
have it. It works. It works fine. It just looks ugly. Just go fix it up. It's all yours. Like,
mm-hmm,
it should be, hey, there's a body of a car here. It's missing an engine. If you buy an engine for it, it should work fine.
yeah. So
But
yeah, that was the number one for me. It was so garbage.
I don't.
Like,
I feel like Hollywood developers just don't think we have common sense anymore, or they don't have common sense anymore. Which one is it? Because
I don't know.
like, where's the common sense here? Where's the like brain capacity? Where's the power? Where's the fucking power thoughts that are up here? Where are they? Because goddamn, they're not in these movies. They're clearly not in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
But yeah,
that's gonna be it for
yeah,
us.
that's it for the podcast today,
Yeah,
ladies and
thank you
gentlemen.
guys so much. This is our first live stream podcast that we've had since like what is it, episode
Uh,
10? Something, not even.
oh,
Something
I
like,
think it was 11.
yeah, there you go, 11. So, like, we haven't live streamed one of these in a while because we were having some audio troubles and stuff like that, so we just decided to record them. But we're back on it now. I think if this worked out right, then I think we're good. So
Awesome.
we're gonna
Hopefully
take a look
it'll
at
be
that.
good.
Yeah, exactly. So I want you guys to
Smash that like button.
smash the follow button on Twitch, smash the like button, go check out our Twitters, and check out my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/jtonitis. Help me get that sub button, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys all for watching, and
Share
we'll
the
catch
love.
Share the love, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later, guys.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Links will be in the description.